Okay, are we ready?
Yeah, we're ready.
We'll do the intro. Welcome everybody to the Blue Collar Bros podcast, episode 2, right?
Yep.
We got a very special guest, my friend Jake Schooley. Me and Jake worked together for what, 3 years? 2-3 years?
Yeah.
We also rode a class together.
Yeah, through the apprenticeship together.
With the electrical apprenticeship. We both topped out same year. Culture shock. 28-year-old, married, with a mortgage, right into class with an 18-year-old. with no responsibilities, no facial hair, nothing.
I still have facial hair.
Yeah.
Still can't grow it.
So it was like the odd couple going to class every day.
Yeah.
I spent more time with Jake than I did with my wife for about 2 years.
Yeah, we worked 7-12s there for a while, driving to class together.
Yep.
Yeah.
Honeymoon phase ended quickly.
That's just because I knew what I was doing and you didn't.
Yeah, so we have let time heal the wounds. And no, but in all seriousness, Jake just started his own business.
Yep.
I don't know a ton about it. I know a little bit about it. Cody knows nothing about it, right?
Right.
So I'm going to let you take the reins a little bit. You guys started talking before I came down here, and I told you stop because we need content. So so go ahead and ask him what. First of all, Jake, tell us what you do. What is your side business?
So my side business is CNC. It's metal CNC cutting with a little bit of fabrication. I do welding. Basically, if it's metal, I'll weld it, cut it. Whatever you want, I can make it out of metal. I do a little bit of everything.
So your main focus is signs right now.
Main focus is signs right now, yeah.
Also, fire rings.
Fire rings are huge. I do a lot of, this past winter I did some fireplace screens, like, you got a fireplace here, you set a screen in front of it, keep the wood from rolling out.
Yeah, we have a fake one, so
yeah.
maybe we'll keep the dog away from smudging it up.
Yeah, hit me up.
Yeah.
I did some clocks, those turned out pretty cool. Just
oh yeah, I did see
a lot
that.
of messing around.
Yeah, well you did you see my sign?
I don't think so.
It's around the block as you drive in.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have the lights on for it right now.
You made that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
it's really cool, and it lights up all different kind of colors, so it gives you like an
Oh, that's cool.
pattern. Yeah, super cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it turned out really good.
Yeah, I always enjoy messing around with company signs. They're a lot of fun. Just
the first time I came here, that's how I realized this was where your house was.
Yeah, I've had some people drive past my house. I'm like, there's a sign in the yard. There's a sign on the front. It's a Googler. I don't know what else to tell you.
Yeah, you can't miss that sign. It's a nice sign. It is.
If only you knew a good electrician to light it up full time, huh?
Yeah, I'll keep looking. So what else? So you just started, right?
Yeah, I just started. I ordered my machine in January. It showed up April 1st. I spent 48 hours straight assembling it.
Wow.
Yeah, it was rough. I got so excited I just couldn't contain myself.
Yeah.
So 48 hours straight assembling it. Made my first cut on April, what would that have been, the 2nd then?
Mm-hmm.
And I started making stuff for people beginning of May. I don't remember the date, but beginning of May, and it's been down
May
there
of
ever since.
2021.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So was that in the quarantine, or were you out? Were you working? I want to say I was working.
Yeah, I was working.
Okay,
Mhm.
maybe 2020 is when
Yeah,
everybody
20?
shut down.
I think 2020.
It's all
May
blurred.
20. Yeah, I was gonna say May 20.
It's been so long now.
Yeah, so 2020 was the shutdown.
Yeah.
What else did I want to ask you? Oh, okay, so to do the signs, you do a lot of like design.
Mhm. Yeah.
Did you know how to do that before you started?
Because
I don't know how to do you know how to do it?
How to make a sign?
No, how to like on Illustrator or anything like that.
So you have to use a CAD program, right?
Yeah.
So that's pretty much as far as my knowledge goes.
Okay.
That you program, and you have to really know what you're doing because the measurements are like
Yeah, and how
super
do you know what you're doing? That's what
I think it's almost like cutting a piece of vinyl.
Yeah. Basically the same idea.
But
yeah.
with a plasma cutter. And
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did you know
Way more
that from
dangerous.
school? Did you like have any like background in it?
Yeah. So The programs I got, I knew nothing about. There was a lot of YouTube involved.
Yeah.
But when I was in high school, the high school I went to had this same machine, different machine. I'm
Okay.
sorry, same machine, different brand. So
High school?
yeah,
Had
so
Where did you go
I
to school?
New Wilmington.
Oh wow.
Shout out Greyhounds.
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
We didn't have that at Union.
We didn't have
Yeah.
We had pizza for lunch. That's what got everybody excited.
Yeah.
Just keep throwing pizza at them. Just keep
They
them
love
happy.
it.
Yeah.
They love it.
Yeah, we had runny,
Spicy chicken.
runny rolls on Thursday for us. Is what I remember. Kind of the same thing.
So you did take it in school then? You took a little bit background.
Yeah, a little bit. So it just kind of sat in the corner for as long as I can remember, and then it was right at the end of my junior year or the beginning of my senior year. I can't remember which one. The company came in and commissioned it, and got it going, and I kind of got a lot of interest in it and started using it.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
we did a fundraiser with it, so I kind of took over. I don't want to say I took over the fundraiser, but I did a lot of making the signs.
Spearheaded.
Yeah, I did that, and after I graduated, kind of didn't have that access to that anymore. And you don't
Yeah.
realize how handy it is until you don't have it anymore.
Right.
So full disclosure, Jake graduated and became an electrician immediately.
Yeah, I was
So-
off for a month.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. Fresh out of high school.
Mhm.
Right into a big job. Was it Bruce Mansfield?
Yeah, Bruce
Okay.
Mansfield.
Big job.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whole different
Oh,
lifestyle.
yeah.
Yeah. And for somebody who's not endowed with facial hair, you can't really hide how you look.
I look like I'm 12, and I don't look like I'm 12. So yeah.
Not only are you the youngest apprentice there,
Yeah.
100% the youngest.
And you can't even fake it till you
You
make
can't
it.
No,
you
no,
can't do
no,
that.
And even the next year, you still look like you're the youngest
I
apprentice.
to this day still look like the youngest apprentice
Yeah.
on the job, and I'm a journeyman.
How was that?
It was
How was being the youngest?
different. It was different.
Yeah.
That's
It was a lot of grunt work,
a lot of groundwork.
a lot of taking your lumps,
Yeah.
right?
Like,
Yeah.
just kinda, they were like, "Hey, kid." I don't even think anybody knew my name for the first 2 years. I was just kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you weren't hiding for being a first year
No,
apprentice.
no.
If they had to go on the job and pick one guy out, that was it.
Yeah, they didn't care. I think I was still third year.
They're like, "Hey
so
kid,
okay,
pediatric units upstairs. This is the
Yeah.
construction area." We were working in a hospital. Little clarification.
Yeah. Funny story is I was actually the
Let me
youngest.
check that. Keep going.
I was actually the youngest guy on the job. My first year, my second year, and my third year. So I didn't have
Wow.
anybody below me until I hit fourth year.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, let's move on from people blowing you and move to the next subject. Let's see what
Well, let's throw this out there. So we actually had a sample because he
Oh,
had
yeah.
a giveaway, and I actually won the giveaway. Imagine
Yeah.
that. So
Yeah.
you can win giveaways.
Yeah.
You
I'm
can.
here empty-handed.
Yeah. Sorry.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
well.
But congratulations, Cody.
Yeah.
So this is one of his products that he makes.
Mhm.
I mean, it's very high quality. You can definitely see that. That's not thin steel. So you
It's
hang this
cool the
outside.
things you can do with it.
Yeah,
I got my
I mean, the
mom's
sky's the
sign
limit.
for Christmas.
Yeah.
Yeah, an outdoor metal sign with Mazantes and grapes, and that will just make her go nuts.
Yeah.
So she
People
loved
love the custom stuff.
it. They do.
Yeah. Put that little bit of thought into it, they love it.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Now, does it weigh on you when people are like, "I don't care what it looks like, make it look good"?
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably from doing custom stuff
Mm-hmm.
the worst thing that somebody can tell you.
So wait, they want a custom sign made, but they don't care what it looks like.
Custom
Yeah.
shirt. I don't care. Make it look good. And
Yep.
you know what happens when they tell you that?
Oh, I don't like that.
They know what they want.
Oh yeah, 100%.
They know exactly what they want.
Why
They-
play the games? Why play
They
the
wait
games?
till you show it to them, and they go, "I was thinking
Yep.
something more like this."
Well,
Yep.
you should have told me that.
Yep.
Yeah, you should have
Exactly.
told me that.
Yeah, I get it all the time. Ray will be like, "Hey, can you make me a sign?" "Yeah, what do you want on it?" Just put Ray Mazzani on it." "Okay, perfect. Ray Mazzani? What do you want it to look like? What font? What
Times
color?
New
And-
Roman.
Yeah. What do you want? What do you tell me what you want?
Yeah.
And I'll send him a picture of it, and he'll be like, now let's change everything about
everything,
it.
yeah. That gets a little I don't want to say annoying
Yeah.
because they're paying, but
Mhm.
it would definitely help if you come with an idea.
I mean, something to push you in a direction.
Yeah.
If they say, I just make it look nice, I mean,
Yeah.
that could be anything.
Yeah.
Literally
You need to have a
anything.
backup plan.
Yeah.
Like
You
a
guys
gag gift. Load it up. Like, here you go. This is what I came up with.
Make a poop emoji.
Yeah.
with their name in it. There you
Yeah,
go.
now you're talking. You guys don't get this like doing houses and stuff. Like people aren't just like,
People
what do
know.
you think looks nice?
It's the other end
It's
of the
the
spectrum.
other
Really?
end, but,
Really?
like almost an unrealistic other end of it, though.
Mm.
So when they're giving you absolutely nothing to go on, they want you to basically move their foundation
Yeah.
and give them what they can't.
I will say some people, you know, they couldn't be any easier. I'll tell them, you know, this is
Yeah.
wrong. Hey, as long as you get from point A to point B, it's a little different for me because they're like, I need an outlet right here.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I might have to cut an access panel into your ceiling. I don't care. I need an outlet right here. So like, I will get that, but when you're working with people's houses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who we're working for right now is they're pretty relaxed.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
They just want it done.
Oh,
And
you're
they don't
working
want
on the
to-
same job as him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
I've been there, man.
I am nothing but pleasant sunshine and rainbows every day. Okay,
Oh,
so when did you really? I mean, has this always been something on your mind? Like, hey, I'm gonna get back to this, or I want to get back to maybe messing with a CNC machine.
Yeah, to an extent. I always said, I want to own one someday. Whether it was just to toy around with in the garage, whenever I got some spare time. I don't know if necessarily owning my own business went along with it, but owning one and having it was always there. And then when I got it, I said, well, let's see if I can make some money back with it. Why not?
Yeah.
Put feelers out there.
Offset the cost for
Yeah,
sure.
and I'm, honestly, when I started this, I thought I'm gonna be lucky to get one sign a month. If I make $20 a month at this, cover maybe my electric bill for running it,
Yeah.
whatever, I'll be happy. And it has blown up significantly.
Yeah, he's got a couple retail offers
Mm-hmm.
Oh
to
wow.
think about. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's
Wow.
doing well.
Yeah,
That's good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that yet, so surprise.
And surprise! Hey,
Yeah.
announcement online. We'll cut that out. Everybody-
Yeah. We won't let anybody else know.
Freeze for the YouTube. I said offers. I said offers. I mean, nothing concrete.
Yeah,
But
it's
you
all-
have had offers.
I have had some offers, yeah.
Nothing
Um,
agreed to, but
I
some-
actually, end of February, I'll be going to the store.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Nice.
so not telling anybody what
Teaser.
store yet, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Stay tuned for that one.
Yeah.
We'll make sure everything's 100% before
That's cool.
I tell anybody, but yeah.
So I guess, say there's somebody out there in your position that knows about this kind of stuff and wants to get into it. And you don't have to answer what you're not comfortable with.
Okay.
So your initial investment, what are you looking at initially investing into this to get this machine and get it up and running?
Depends on how far deep you want to get into it. So you could go, if you want to start, if you have nothing, you could spend upwards of probably minimum 10 grand to clear to, I think they make $1 million, like setups that are $1 million, $1.2 million.
Yeah, depending on what you're doing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there are
It's a really
companies.
precise
Yeah,
machines.
it's a hefty investment.
Yeah, so they do 3 different types that are the most common. They do what's plasma, what I do, water jet, and laser. And water jet and laser are both significantly more
Really?
precise, and obviously the cost is a lot
Yeah,
more with
yeah.
that. So yeah, if you want to get into that area of things, it's
Have you
outrageous
seen
on the
one
cost.
work? A laser one?
I've never seen a laser one work.
It's
no.
pretty wild.
Have
Oh,
you?
you've seen one
Oh
work?
yeah, I used to work at a place and they did shrouds for radiators and they had presses and all that and just to watch that laser cut and it's just like
Oh,
so
yeah.
fast.
Oh
and,
yeah.
yeah.
Nuts.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and accurate too. I did quality control for a little bit and you had to like spec it out. And,
Yeah.
Jeez.
yeah, I don't know if very, very few fail.
Wow.
That's the accuracy of those. So it's pretty nuts to watch.
Yeah, I've never seen one. Videos online and
Yeah.
stuff, but I've never seen one in person. That's pretty cool.
And then space-wise, what's your footprint for the machine? How much space do you need?
So
Where is it right now?
I
Do you have a garage?
have a one stall garage that is, I think it's 15 by 25, and I have it jam packed.
Wow.
Yeah, it is. I mean, walking in there is difficult right now.
Yeah.
Especially wintertime. Summertime, I can open the door. I do a lot of work out in the driveway, big projects out in the driveway or whatever. It's easier. It being winter right now, I have so much stuff in my garage.
Does it kick off heat?
Yeah, I have.
That's I really don't know. I'm
No,
asking.
I have my garage. It's at 60 degrees all the time, just because the electronics in the water that's in the table
Yeah.
can't freeze, obviously.
Okay.
So it's at 60 degrees all the time. But if I go out there and if I run the machine for probably an hour after work or whatever, like it's t-shirt in there.
Oh wow.
It gets warm. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Expensive heater.
So go back to your working area. So
Mhm. So
you want to give any information? No, really?
Yeah,
I mean,
building a pool. I'm in the middle of building a pool building right now. It's 32 by 48. I'm so excited. I cannot wait to get into it.
When is that supposed to be done?
2 months ago.
And are you building it?
A bit back and forth.
So who's gonna
Me.
rebuild it?
Well, I got nothing. I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut on that one. Yeah, me and my dad framed it all in. I hired somebody to put siding on it for me. Just
That's cool.
ran out of time. I wanted it on the roof before winter, and getting ready to pour concrete. Fingers crossed. Hopefully next week pour concrete.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it's coming together pretty quick.
Yeah.
How much bigger? 4 times, twice as big as your garage?
I would say at least 4 times.
Oh, that's wow.
Yeah. I can't wait.
So
It's just.
So when I started the t-shirt business, I went into it. My plan was like, build a business, not to make money. Build a business. All the profit went back into buying better machines, maybe more stock at one time to get a better price. Have you seen are you more towards building it, or are you kind of putting some money in your pocket? Because there's no wrong answer. There's no wrong way to do it. I intended to I don't know how much money I'm gonna make, so all the money I do make, let me just kind of see where I can go with this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, personally, I think that's the best approach. That's what I do, and then unfortunately, I take all the money from the business, put it back into the business, and then I take all the money, extra money that I have, and put it also into the business. So it's just never ending. Yeah.
Unfortunately, when you start, you have to.
Yeah, you don't have a choice.
You got to fuel the fire to get it started, and then
Yeah.
after that, who knows where it goes from there.
Yeah.
Have you gotten your initial investment back yet?
Yes. Yeah. So the initial investment, I got back, and
So you'll be coming up on a year,
yes,
and you've already got your initial investment back.
yes.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's really good.
Mhm.
From the research I did, 6 months. You need to be on track for 6 months to get your investment back. Just with the table and stuff to be, that's where they pictured that's how much you should spend on a table. So
Okay.
so I was a little bit over 6 months, but there was some other stuff in there that kind of got slow.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
and you work full time.
Yeah, and
Now you
I
work full time, a little bit of overtime too. So
Yeah,
I
a
mean,
little bit.
it's if you did this full time,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
you make your money back in 3 months.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah.
Do you ever see it? And people ask me all the time, and I'm like, I hate this question, but
Yeah.
people are always like, "Hey, when you top out, are you gonna quit?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know what the future holds,
Yeah.
but probably not.
That's a weird question.
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
Like, am I gonna quit being an electrician to just do shirts? Because they knew I had that business, so it was like my side business. They were like, "You gonna quit when you're done being an apprentice because you can't quit, or you don't top out, become a journeyman? Are you gonna quit, or are you gonna quit?" I'm like, all right. Maybe this helps me develop a different business. I don't know what a shirt business was gonna do. I thought, but I was learning a whole lot.
Yeah.
I guess when you start a business, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot of learning.
Well, what's
Yeah.
funny is, and I tell people this story all the time, is I remember you just starting. Me and you were riding to school together, and you were just starting, and you were on the phone from the time we left your house to the time we pulled into school, you were on the phone, baseball bats, baseball gloves, you know, and I remember like sometimes you would I remember you closing your first deal in my car, and it's just weird to look at you now, and it's like, wow, Sherry helped you a lot.
Shout out to Sherry with the dub.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But I mean, starting out, I would be on my phone. I'm still on my phone, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, there's always, in my mind, there's always something to do.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes when I take a step back, I don't want to get started again because it's overwhelming, the tasks. And I make lists and stuff. And so I was on my phone at the beginning so much, just trying to get off the ground a little bit. And there'd be some days like I came home from work, I'd be on my phone all night, and I'd like zonk out. You know, I'd just be like a zombie because my eyes were so tired.
Yeah.
And I'm just exhausted from doing all this stuff. But I mean, you almost train yourself to deal with it and then go on to bigger things.
Yeah.
It's, you know, after a while you're like, yeah, this is what I do now.
It's hard.
Sherry used to be like, you're on your phone
Yeah.
all the time. You're on your phone all the time. Now she's on her phone all the time.
Yeah.
She's taking orders.
Yeah, just pass it on to someone else.
It doesn't stop, you know?
Yeah.
So it's not a bad problem, but it is, there's a lot that you don't realize once you're going into business. Like, this is a full-time thing.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, especially when you're doing it by yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What I want so this is for you too. Is there any influencers?
I know what you're saying.
Social media or podcasts or Instagram or maybe an author, anybody that like fueled the flame, like once you read that book or once you started really paying attention, maybe it was like Holmes on Holmes. You know, he has a decent show. When you watch that, you're like, oh,
He's actually the most in the public eye. I just saw this. He's the most trusted celebrity.
Yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
He comes off that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. I actually, like, I was redoing my kitchen 10, 12 years ago, and I would, like, just put him on to just make sure I'm not screwing everything up. Like, it was a 3-week rush.
Episode where he did a kitchen.
Yeah, it's like, oh, please. Oh, Sister Joy's thing. Okay, let me go back down there and fix that.
Oh, load-bearing wall?
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing that.
Take one of those out. I don't know.
That probably explains why the upstairs floor sinks.
So going back to how about it? Was it Tim the Toolman Taylor?
So
Was there anybody? It was just like.
So growing up, I used to watch This Old House a lot. And
Bob Vila.
Actually, it was after it was,
Okay.
I think, Norm Abram.
Okay.
Or it was Old Yankee Workshop.
Okay.
One of the two. I don't remember
My
what
dad
it was.
used to watch Old Yankee Workshop all the time.
And then actually in high school, my woodshop teacher, he's the one that taught me pretty much everything I know about cutting a piece of wood. So I guess it just built from there. It was in the back of my mind. And then, just watching those episodes and it was kind of brewing in the background for years, and just finally, just everything, from, all the years gone past, it finally came to something.
So it just kind of clicked.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I wouldn't say there's anybody like specific. Growing up, I helped my dad a lot, working around the house. He was a carpenter for a lot of years, so we would go do little jobs here and there. So I always enjoyed helping him. But again, his was wood, so wood never agreed with me the way the metal seemed to have. So I enjoyed building stuff with him and whatever. But then one day, my grandpa was a welder in the Navy, and one day he showed me how to weld, and it was just kind of like, wow, this is so much easier, and I kind of fell in love with it, and honestly,
Welding is cool.
Yeah.
To me, like,
I can't do it.
I used to do maintenance. I could just weld a little bit.
It's bubble gum for me. I can't weld.
And like, you know how you do electrical all day and then some plumbing and do this, but when I welded, I'd be like, man, I'm a fucking man today.
Yeah, it's stuck.
I just made
2 minutes later they were using it. It snapped. They're like, that idiot electrician.
It probably snapped, but I'm out of there. So.
Yeah, it's not your problem.
Yeah, they only pay for the time I spent there. But yeah, I felt like when I welded, I was like, man, this is something.
So who's your influencer?
So I read a book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and that kind of changed my whole like perspective on money, the way I thought, and kind of opened up a rabbit hole for me to where I was like, it's actually how I got started in business. He tells you, you know, like skim off the top of your tax yourself. So you always pay yourself first. You'll find a way to pay your bills later, right? Because like innovation comes from that hunger, that need. Like, what am I going to do? Oh, I know. I'll sell this that I don't use. You know, the weight bench that I don't use anymore. This or that.
Yeah.
You'll find the money if you pay yourself first, and then that way, when an investment opportunity comes up or an opportunity, now you have it. And that's kind of how it happened. I did that. I started selling batting gloves with the initial investment like $400. I thought I'm going to give myself a year to make this back. As silly as that, or 100, I wanted to sell 100 pairs. And that first year I sold like 750 pairs. So I blew my expectations out of the water, and it just, people would be like, hey, do you sell bats? Let me try, you know?
Yeah.
Let me get back to you. And I'd message every, you know, company I know, try to get in. Hey, do you sell gloves? Hold on a second, I'll get back to you. You know, and just like I never said no to anybody. I would just keep going. So from that point, which was probably been about 10 years now. From that point on, my whole just perspective of everything kind of changed.
So I guess it's tough right now because everything that you see on social media, people try to drive you in so many different directions being an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
What to invest your money in, what to do.
Mm-hmm.
It just seems like a lot of people are out there saying, if you don't do this specific industry, you're going to fail. Why are you not putting your money into this?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of confusion out there, so it's like hard to weed through all of that and find what works for you.
Yeah, it's like it's a la carte, right?
Right.
You got to take everything you see.
Yeah.
You know, like podcasting. You know, I've had different businesses, but it never made sense.
Right.
What am I going to podcast about? You know, somebody orders a shirt, we make the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's
Thanks
not,
for the shirt.
Yeah. Right. You tell me exactly what you want, and I give you that, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Right? So, but I've been listening to a guy, Gary Vaynerchuk, who's always like podcasts and content and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
But also at the same time, all of it takes so much time.
It's a lot of time.
Even posting what you do on social media,
Absolutely.
it's like it never. When are you supposed to work?
It's a full-time job.
It's a full-time job.
If you want to be good at it.
Yeah.
And getting successful at it is near impossible.
Yeah.
I mean, it really is. Like, the algorithms that they have set up in place and just things that you have to do, it's just, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I was into all that too. I really tried. And with the hashtags, you're only supposed to have like 13 to 16. You got to mix them up every once in a while, and you got to do this and that. And it's just like, I don't know.
Your videos were pretty successful, though.
Yeah, well, the live videos doing the giveaway, that's a different animal. So Jake started doing those.
Yeah.
Have you seen more eyes on the page? Have you gotten more likes yet, or is it?
I wouldn't say a significant amount, but honestly, it depends on what I'm giving away.
Yeah.
Like I gave away a
T-shirt.
T-shirt that I had you make,
Yeah.
and that post blew up. I mean, unreal.
People love shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, you know, some of the signs and stuff, I still get a lot of attention on the page and whatever, but just not as much. So, like, I'm still learning that fine line of, you know, because I don't want to be giving away, you know, $1,000 or $2,000 of stuff.
Speaking of
$1,000 set of tools.
Yeah.
What a segue.
See what I did there? I set you right up.
So we are giving about
Look at this.
Yeah.
So I actually have the website set up, thebluecollarbros.com. You can go there now. There's not everything on it. I don't have the hoodie set up, but I do have a lot set up. Any purchase on the website, every $5 you spend gets you 1 entry into the giveaway. So if you spend $30 on a shirt, you get 6 entries into the giveaway. You know, and it just scales up from there. You spend a little bit more on a hoodie, don't feel bad, you're getting more entries into the giveaway.
Right.
And we're cutting this thing off at about like 300 to 400 entries, I want to say.
So I put a time limit on it.
Okay.
And we're going to have to go through that stuff just to see if it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think tentatively it's going to run for about a month.
Okay.
Maybe.
We
that
could
might
cut it-
change.
Yeah, we
that
could always
might
cut it
change.
short because this is the first one.
Yeah. So we're
we
kind of
don't know
feeling
what
it
the
out. Yeah.
participation is going to be
Right.
like. So hopefully, I've actually had some people asking like, "Hey, you
same.
know, what's going on with this? Make sure you let me know when it is live. As of right now, it is live. So
And these are brand new tools.
brand new. We just took out the plastic.
Yep, purchase.
Bags are
And
right
there,
over
yep,
there.
here's the bags, and the plastic's still in there, so we'll put them back into plastic for you.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna.
We're
I'm
gonna
not
take
use
them out every podcast.
I'm not gonna use them. So yeah, they were purchased from Lowe's. I think they said it's about $1,000
Yeah.
retail, or not retail, but value.
Yeah,
$1,000 value of tools.
And the thinking is because we're all blue collar, we could all use these tools,
Mhm.
especially starting out. Even if you know, maybe you're on the fence about starting a business, or maybe this nudges you into the right direction. So we're trying to kind of give back to the little niche that we're in right now. Going back to that Facebook giveaway, one thing I learned is that don't make people tag other people.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
It makes people feel slimy to like pull something. It almost makes them feel like
Really?
Yeah. So what I do, you don't have to do this, but give them a bonus entry if they tag somebody.
Okay.
So they can share it,
Mm-hmm.
which will get eyeballs. So if they sharing it to me was the most important thing.
Right.
And then
Right.
they share it, and if somebody else comes to the page and likes your page, you know, they're seeing it now. They're seeing your page. So if they share it and that chain goes, but then if they're going to take the time to put somebody's name down and bring a buddy into the group, like what I did with Cody, like, hey, you might, you know,
Yeah.
he might get a CVC contracting or CV contracting sign. We might get a blue collar podcast sign, you know, that's,
Right.
but like to bring eyeballs there. And then I feel like the tagging somebody is a little hard ask. So that's something that I used to do.
Okay.
And what I noticed too is like people will like tag their dead aunt, like just because they
Yeah.
don't want to tag anybody. So they're like, oh, I'll tag this business. Yeah, Shad Hannah's. Check this out. You know what I'm saying? Just so they feel a little cringy.
Yeah.
But try that next time.
I'll try it.
Yeah, try it.
Yeah.
Bonus entry if you tag somebody, so you
Alright.
still, because you want a new person. And-
That's
right,
that's
that's the
ultimately
drive,
the goal.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
yeah.
you want, if you could get like, if you give it, my thinking was always, instead of paying Facebook $20 to go throw this ad that somebody's going to swipe down through.
I just
Right.
recently saw that. What in the world is that?
What, Facebook marketing?
Yeah.
I've done it a couple times. I'm not saying this for everybody. It didn't work for me. It just seemed like,
yeah, it just seems like.
and I did a couple things where like I was giving away, I had like Shenango Wildcat batting gloves. So like I was targeting Shenango area. And, like I just want to get rid of them, sell them cheap. I couldn't sell one, you know? And like that's targeting Shenango area. But so instead of paying Facebook, right, $20, you give away 2 shirts or a shirt for $20, and now somebody's constantly advertising your business.
Yeah.
That to me is like advertising on top of advertising. They're wearing your shirt.
Yep.
People are gonna say, "What's that?"
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my buddy Jake, he has like a CNC machine. He like makes signs. I got one. Oh, you should check his page out. Oh, does he do fire rings? Oh,
Yeah.
shit. You know, just to get people talking about it. I think that's, I mean, in my perspective, great marketing. Just to constantly keep bringing that name up over and over again.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. Actually, the one kid that won one of my T-shirts went to work wearing my shirt, and I got a text message from him saying, "Hey, this lady I work with is interested in having a sign made. She's seen your shirt and wants." So I mean,
Right, and that
perfect
paid.
example.
That paid for the advertising. Like
Oh,
that shirt
absolutely.
is worth its weight in gold, right?
Yeah.
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 The thing is, like, you have a pretty, like, niche business. So it's like, how many people do you know that does what he?
I don't know a lot. I know some
I don't
people,
think I can name
maybe
one person that does
companies,
it.
but
I
for
have
the
to go
price-
on Google and just
right.
try to search it.
Yeah, and I'm sure like by the time they give me a price, it's going to be like astronomical. And so, I mean, great business idea.
Have you ever thought about scaling this to like a
Let me check on that.
in a different direction? So like, I don't want to throw an idea out there while we're alive and it be a good idea, and you're like, I wish you wouldn't have said that because I'm thinking about that. But is there a different market that you may be thinking about going with this? I don't know if you're picking up what
I don't know.
I'm
I'm
putting down.
I'm kind of feeling it out right now. I think business signs would be really cool, just because I enjoy the whole creativity and that aspect of things. But the production end of things too. If somebody calls and says, "Hey, I need 100 of these parts," I walk over to the machine. I type in 100. I hit start. And I'll walk away.
Go take a
Watch
nap.
that.
Walk
Bank
away.
account, cha-ching, cha-ching,
Exactly.
cha-ching.
Yeah.
So it's hard on both sides of that. Yeah, I'd love to get into the production of the things, but it's also I really enjoy the creativity.
Has anybody brought you a good idea yet?
I have one.
I have one too.
This
I have
podcast? No.
So what is we can
Well, let me ask you this, because this
actually we could talk off
yeah,
there.
yeah. But how thick can you cut steel with that machine?
I personally have cut 3/8
Oh, really?
thick so far. They claim it can go to 1/2 inch,
Wow.
Oh my
but
God.
I never have.
So yeah, it'll work for my idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
It'll work for my idea.
Yeah, I don't know about mine. Would just need. I think you said you do weld, so it might.
Mhm.
Yeah, you'd have to weld with this too.
Yeah.
Actually, there's two different ways to do this. Yeah, you could weld, or you could sell it unwelded. Have them welded.
Have them, yeah. Have you thought about getting like a press brake?
Yeah, they're just so expensive, and I don't have the room for it.
Where
Yeah.
are you going with this?
Yeah. Well, let's just hear it. I mean,
well, I
who
took it.
cares?
So I'm in like a.
You want to just
Yeah,
throw it out there?
Listen,
Just throw it out there.
we're in this whole like entrepreneur thing. Never turn down an idea. If somebody has an idea to give you, I'll always accept it.
What's
so
your idea?
the helmets, the football helmets, right? Displaying the helmets is always an issue.
Okay.
So there's one option. You can go to IKEA. You can buy this. It's called like Dewalt, DTOLF, and it's 4 helmets in a glass case for $80. The shipping is $280. So if you don't live by IKEA, you can't get one of these, right? So that's an option. The other option is that nobody really does. I have 2 of them upstairs. They're wooden, and they're just a little block of wood like this, and another swoop like a wood, and they kind of set into each other. And you just set the helmet on it,
Like
and it
French
hangs on
cleat?
the wall.
A French cleat?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you just drill it into the wall, and then your helmet looks like it's floating on the wall. And just a little mounting bracket, like just one of those pieces, just because they don't make them for like football helmets, because like a motorcycle helmet, I want to say the little cleat like is small.
I have mine just hanging on nails with a chin strap.
Okay, I mean it could go for dirt bikes, it could go for, you know what I'm saying? And it just sets the helmet on top, it displays it very nicely. You can even do start doing like custom ones, like Steeler ones, where it's like Steelers up top and then it hangs on that. I mean, to me it would be a cheap thing on your end.
Yeah.
You could probably make it for like, I don't know what your prices are, but you could make it, if you made it for $20, you could sell it for $50 easily. All day. People are looking. Yeah.
Like a display type thing.
Yeah.
So mine's a little bit bigger than that.
Well, I'm sure it's half inch steel. Cody wants you to make structural beams for his next house.
Alright, you make all.
Can you weld them?
I need them bolted together and 25 feet wide. No, but off-road bumpers for vehicles.
It's funny you say that. My brother. So
The
we're
brains of the family.
The brains.
For anybody's watching.
Yeah, the brains of the family.
The looks of the family. For
Whoa. Yeah, I wanted to talk to him. He wants one, so I talked to him. I think I'm going to try and work something out with him and getting a bumper made, and then
Yeah.
also custom headache racks.
Yes,
As
those
well.
are super expensive. I
Yeah.
look for one for my truck. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, don't want one of those right now.
Yeah, but here's the other problem. Again, I'm in such a small area. For me to make it and be able to be like, oh, I'm so busy tonight. Let me go over here and set this to the side, and I'll come back to it next week or whatever. So I can work on other stuff.
That
It's
brings up a
impossible.
good thing. Is there anything that both of you do that helps you organize or like compartmentalize anything to like stay on track?
That's been my biggest struggle so far. On 100%, my biggest struggle is being organized.
So I read a book. It's called Your Next 5 Moves, and so I like implemented that in the business up there. For my business, for my daily life, it's your next 5 moves. So I do like, and I also do like a little Eisenhower matrix. It's called like things to do this week, things that get done this month, things that get done, by this quarter, things, big ideas to do by the end of the year. And it kind of, I have so much floating around. If I don't put it down, I'll just go scroll on Facebook, or like there's so many distractions that like you can always just click on that app and be like, is there anything I can knock out tonight? Oh, I gotta post pictures on Instagram. Okay.
So you have an app?
I use the Evernote app.
Okay.
And you can actually put in little little boxes that you check off.
Okay.
And they even have the Eisenhower matrix in there, which I make. I don't want to say make, but Sherry and Amber, who work at business here, we have a live going one, so that everybody in the whole company, or a little 3 people company, can go on there and say, this is what needs done this week. I see that right there. I put it on the dry erase board too, because that's the easiest while we're talking to put it down face to face. But if anything happens to that, they can default to that app, and we all share it. And it's like, and anybody can add to it too. So it's not just me. If they need, I have a little section, things I need ordered, so they can put something on there. And the communication. So working for a company, you realize communication is huge, right? Like that can make or break you.
Yeah.
So communicating with the customer, I just had a big problem communicating with a customer the other day. Now I'm gonna be a nice guy and foot the bill for it. It wasn't really my fault, but we had a customer order hoodies, and she ordered hockey jerseys. The hockey jerseys come with a name and number. Then she ordered another hoodie with a name and number, and then she ordered 5 more hoodies. No names or numbers on, or no numbers. Okay, just the names and the sizes. So I can't assume, right? I can't assume to put numbers on them. So I just put names on them because she didn't order them with numbers. And then she's like, wait a minute, these don't have numbers. They should have correlated with the list that I sent you, for the players. I'm like, well, I can't assume anything, but I should have took the time.
Very black and white.
Yeah.
I should have took the time, because if I do put numbers on him and those parents have multiple kids in the program, then they're gonna be like, wait a minute, his number changes every year. Now I have this hoodie with this number that he's not gonna see next year.
Yeah.
But all it would take is one more text message, and I pretend like I'm so busy, because you read it, you do it, instead of being like, hey, did you want numbers on that? And that would have saved me.
That thought was probably in the back of your mind too.
Yeah, it's like, and for me, it's a relief. Like, oh, I'm gonna do numbers, perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go. And then, but in the back of my mind, I should have said, something's not right.
Yeah.
I should ask.
Yeah.
And
so I learned that early on, and from now I just ask.
Yeah.
If there's anything questioned, like today, they got the countertop. It's not a corner countertop, so I can't overhang it on both sides. So I set it up. I didn't install it, and I told her, I said, look at it and let me know if you like it.
Right.
Because if you don't, we need to start over. But the cabinet can't move. So I was like, instead of just putting it, because I know them and they're probably gonna be like, just do it. I just wanted to.
Yeah, but at least they told you
Yeah.
to do it, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's my biggest problem is I'm just by myself, So I'll get a text message, but I might be at work and I might be busy at work. So,
Yeah.
you know, I have this notebook at home that is basically my Bible. It has all my orders, all my quotes, all my, you know, if I need to order material, this, that, and the next thing, it has everything in it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I leave it on my counter in the morning, you know, I don't have it at work. So I've actually caught myself 2 or 3 times where, you know, we had this conversation not too long ago where we're, you know, I'm laying in bed and I'm like, oh crap.
I just said last episode.
Did you?
Yeah, like, oh my god, that's not gonna work.
Yeah. So, you know, but yeah, so organization by far my biggest.
Yeah.
That was a big one for me too.
Yeah.
I actually, my first job
Oh yeah.
was, I worked for she was a supervisor. She was a teaching supervisor, so she like supervised the teachers for a big area. So she's super organized, and I'm super not organized. And she developed me these spreadsheets, and I mean, it was just crazy organization. I couldn't use it. It was just too organized for me.
Really?
I like to go into my notepad on my phone and make a list of things that I need to do and rank them.
Okay.
So that's where I put everything in my notepads. So I have every client that I have right now has a notepad, and they have notes inside of them. That's how I do it. It's very, I don't know, archaic, I guess.
No, I mean,
it works for me.
Yeah.
I can't get too because I have bad ADD probably. I'm sure I do.
yeah.
So I can't be funneled into one thing. I have to be able to be like creative, I guess.
Mm.
I kind of have to be just like let loose. So having me too organized, I get bogged down. But things will go awry real quick if I don't have a little bit of organization.
Yeah,
and they were, and that job was massive, and I just started. So I even told her, I was like, I'm freaking out. I can't keep things organized. You need a million things done. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. You need to help me.
Uh-huh.
So she did, and I mean, I still have access to all that stuff, but it didn't work for me.
Yeah.
It was too organized.
Well, the notes work. As long,
I like
keep
the
them
notes.
all separate with all your customers.
Yeah, I like
That's
that.
so bad.
Because I can add any increase in prices, I can add any notes I can add to that job, I can list tasks that need to be done.
I write it down. I do the same thing, but I write it down. And just writing it down kind of helps me like lock it in, you know,
Yeah.
when I'm going to Lowe's or something. But if you don't write it down, especially on your phone, you don't have it in there, you're going to forget at least one thing. You know?
The very first day, when I go do a bid, I make them a note, and I write what they want. Sometimes the notes are really, really long, but that's just how I do it.
Yeah.
Unless I can figure out a better, easier way, that's probably what I'm going to keep doing. It just works for me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, well, you got anything else for Jake?
No, I don't think so. I think we pretty much hit
That was
on
good.
it. Yeah. We
You
hit
got
on
anything for
everything.
us?
No, I'm good. Appreciate you guys letting me come do this.
Good.
Good time.
You should.
Yeah.
First ever guest. Thanks for coming out. Our GoPro, I think my data went over with the GoPro because I didn't clear my memory card. So we're going to have to do some stuff with Facebook Live. I'm pretty sure we can upload it straight to YouTube.
Can you?
Yeah.
From Facebook Live?
Yeah, I think we can download the Facebook Live video.
Hopefully it doesn't look like garbage.
Yeah. Well,
someone filming it with their Jordan.
it is what it is. We got the first half with that, maybe we'll like church it up a little bit with the GoPro clips.
Hopefully halfway through they're not like,
I know
this
my
is
phone
terrible.
slid down, so hopefully that has enough on it to be, or yours. Yours has been in a good position, but I
mine
don't know
has
if I'm
been.
out of it over here. Mine's in good position, but it slid down the cup a little bit.
Okay.
I guess the only thing to say is go to the website,
Yep.
thebluecollarbros.com. Not my website, All Day Race Sports. I had a buddy, he was like, is this how I do it? I was like, no!
We need a couple
I didn't
days.
do anything.
We need a couple days.
The bluecollarbros.com. It's live right now. So I have a ton of the BCB shirts. I got some of Cody's shirts, some of my shirts. Any shirt on there, enters you into the giveaway. So don't think it's just the Blue Collar Bros shirts. You get, if you're supporting Cody, you know, if you're one of his family members or friends and you want to get one of Cody's shirts, great. That goes towards it. Mine goes towards it. Jake's does not go towards it.
He has his own giveaways.
Yeah.
But if I'm
But
lucky
check
enough,
in for Jake's giveaways on Fridays, right?
usually Thursdays around lunchtime I'll post
Okay.
them. Yeah, if I'm lucky enough and I can sweet talk these two, maybe I can get them to throw my Facebook page up on the description or something.
Yeah, we will.
So you do weekly giveaways?
Every Thursday usually.
Started,
I post them.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Coming on our show.
Yeah.
Trying to look better than us.
Yeah.
Hey, no, I mean, I hope
Giving
I
gifts out to half the post.
Yeah.
Well, I like him.
But again, the bluecollarbros.com. Again, it's live. Check it out. It's going to be cool to finally get the first one done.
Yeah.
So, and then we're going to try to bring whoever wins onto the show.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, or at least do like a little one with them. You know, some people don't want to come on live. It's not their thing. But
And we're gonna try to do a clever drawing for this.
yeah,
too.
we're
We
gonna
got an idea.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
It's gonna be funny.
Yeah, we're gonna egg Jake's house. And whichever egg breaks the window with the name on it, that's gonna be the winner. So, but that's it. So we'll see you guys next time. And thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Good job, Jake. Woo! That was long. It was probably like an hour.
I was